Guys, so I've been holding off on this video for a while now. This is my pregnancy story. I've been holding off on this story because I just didn't know where to start because it's a really long story, but I'm gonna try my best to make it short. I found out I was pregnant the summer before my senior year of high school. So senior year is a big deal for me. It was a big deal because I wanted to have a good time my senior year, you know. So me accepting the fact that I was pregnant going on to my senior year was pretty hard on me. So let's get to the beginning. It was around June when I found out I was pregnant. I was telling my boyfriend like that I thought I was pregnant because I wouldn't get my period. But he was just like, you know, you're fine, you're not pregnant, because my period was so irregular and he knew that. So I was just convinced that, you know, I'm not pregnant. I am not pregnant. I can't be pregnant. Like, how am I pregnant? And then we waited off on getting a pregnancy test because my period was so irregular that I just didn't think I was pregnant. Like, I'm just gonna get it next week or in 2 days or 3. And I was just, my mindset was just like, my period's gonna come. So within the week that I found out, like 4 days before I found out, my stomach was feeling weird. Like, I was getting cramps. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get my period. So I was holding back from getting the pregnancy test because I had cramps. So I'm just like, whatever, that's normal. I'm just not gonna get a pregnancy test. Why am I even gonna waste money on a pregnancy test so if I'm not pregnant? 3 days passed and I still didn't have my period. I still didn't get it, and I was starting to get worried. So I would tell my boyfriend, like, I think we should get a pregnancy test. And he was like, you know what, your period is super irregular, we should just wait 2 more days. And I agreed. We waited and still nothing. So now I was getting really scared. I was like, no, like, I need to get a pregnancy test, like, now, like, I need to know. I texted him and I was like, do you think you can get me a pregnancy test? Because I was afraid to tell my parents. I texted him, hey, can you get me a pregnancy test after you get out of work? And he was like, yeah, like, after work I'll go to your house and, you know, we can get a pregnancy test and you can take it. And then he got off of work like at 10, and then 10:30ish, went home, took a shower, got to my house like at around 11:30. He brought the pregnancy test and I was like, you know what, let's just watch a movie just so I won't think about it. So we did. We watched the movie and then he fell asleep. So I got up and I'm like, you know what, he's asleep, I'm gonna go take the pregnancy test because it's no big deal, it's gonna be negative, I'm just gonna whatever. So I went to the bathroom and I took the pregnancy test and I got a cup. I peed in the cup, and then I got the second one and I just put it in the cup, and right away just 2 lines popped. And then my first reaction was just like, oh my god, I'm pregnant. So I looked myself in the mirror and I was just like, how am I pregnant? Oh my god, like, my heart dropped and I could not accept the fact that I was pregnant. I stayed in the bathroom and I cried for like an hour. I could not accept the fact that I was pregnant. I was in the bathroom for like an hour and a half crying. I got up and then I went outside to the living room and I woke up my boyfriend and I was like, you know, I handed him the pregnancy test and then he was just in shock, like how I was. We were just both shocked, you know. I know how I got pregnant. Like, obviously I know I had sex and it happened, you know. And he was just really calm about it. He was just like, whatever you decide to do, I'll support you. And I was just the one worrying about the whole situation. I was just super scared to tell my parents, or how I was gonna feel about going to school pregnant, or what people would think about me because I was pregnant. I don't know, everything was just going through my mind at the same freaking time, and I was just in shock. Everything was just hitting me at once, and I was just like overwhelmed about the whole situation that I just kept crying and crying and crying. So the next day I needed to tell my parents, obviously, because I wasn't gonna keep it from them. I obviously wanted to get checked just to make sure like that the baby was good. I wanted to keep her, and I was excited but just super scared. So the next day, the first person I told was my sister. So I brought her in the room with me, my boyfriend, and I was just like, I need to tell you something. And then she was just like, what, Giselle? And I'm just like, I just stayed quiet. I was just like, you know? And then she was like, you're pregnant. And I'm like, yes. And she was like, no, you're not. And I'm like, yes, I am. And she was just like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah. And I locked the door, and then I took out all my pregnancy tests, because I took more than one just to make sure, because I was just so scared. So I took all my pregnancy tests out, and I showed her, and I started crying, and she's like, Giselle, everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay, I promise. Like, you have us, you have your family, you're gonna be okay. Like, I promise. She just kept saying, I promise everything's gonna be okay. And I was just crying and hugging her, and I was like, how am I gonna tell my parents? How am I gonna tell my mom, my dad? So she helped me tell my parents, actually. She helped me tell my parents, and I was just super scared. I couldn't. I was just super scared. Even thinking about it till this day, like how I got the courage to tell my mom, I have no freaking idea how. So we went into my mom's room, and my sister was like, Mom, Giselle needs to tell you something. She came to the room, and she was like, what? And I was like, and I was just there. And I was just like, oh my god, like, how do I tell my mom? And then I just came out. I'm like, Mom, I'm pregnant. And then she just started crying. She was like, how, like, Giselle, I told you to take care of yourself. How are you pregnant? Like, how can you do this to me? I was just crying with her. She was just really disappointed in me. She was like, what about school? You haven't even finished school. Like, you're a senior, Giselle. You're 17 years old. How are you gonna do it? She was just crying, and she was just like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, like, I'm sure. And she's like, how do you know? I'm like, I took pregnancy tests, so I took them out and I showed them all to her. And then she's like, you know what, I have a pregnancy test here, let me give it to you so you can take it. So she gave me the pregnancy test. I took it, and it was positive. So I came out of the bathroom, I handed it to her, and she was just bawling out like crazy. So after she calmed down, she called my boyfriend's parents, because they did not know yet. So she called his parents, and they were just overwhelmed with the whole situation that I was pregnant. And because I was just a teenager, like, I was barely even finishing high school, I didn't even have my freaking high school diploma, and I was already pregnant. So my dad got home, and I thought my dad was gonna yell at me and be like, get out, but my dad was super calm about it. Super calm about it. He was even calmer than my mom, which I was even shocked. I was just like, what? We sat down in the couch, and he was like, I know what's going on. He was like, I know you're scared. I was like, it's okay to be scared. He was like, I just want to know what you're thinking. And I was just like, well, I obviously want to keep the baby. Like, I want to keep the baby. And he was like, so what are your plans? And I'm like, I'm gonna work more. I'm gonna make sure I can provide a living for my baby, I was just overwhelmed with the whole situation, as everybody was. Everybody was just scared for me, I think. Scared I wasn't gonna finish school. Scared I was just gonna give up and just drop out for the most part. But after a couple days, everybody was super supportive. Like, they made me feel like everything was gonna be okay. And that's how it was. My pregnancy went super smooth. Everything was okay. Like, I had so much support. And I'm sharing my story because not a lot of people have the support I did, and I thank God, and I thank my family, and I thank my boyfriend's family, that they were just super supportive. Like, I just had a strong support system with my whole pregnancy. Everything I needed, they would get me anything, literally anything. I cannot thank them enough for everything they did for me. It was just, you know, I just had an amazing support. I'm telling you guys my story just because I know a lot of girls don't have the support I have, or didn't have the support I had, and you know, they just lost them. They're just lost, and I'm here to tell you that everything is gonna be okay. Just think positive, you know. You just don't care about what people have to say. Just worry about yourself, worry about your baby, and just, you know, finish school. I know a lot of people drop out, and I have nothing against that, and like nothing against that, but just try your best to stay in school, finish school, do it for your baby, you know. Just, even if you're gonna do this on your own, even if your boyfriend's not in the picture or the baby's father is not in the picture, just, you can do it. Like, my sister was a single mom, and she is great. Like, I promise, just give it your all, even though you feel like crying, even though you feel depressed. Just stay strong. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to feel, you know, worried about yourself, worried about the future with your baby. It is okay, you know. I felt the same way, but you see, now I'm here and I have my baby, and I am so happy that I kept my baby. I'm so happy that I went through the process. I'm just super grateful for my family. Like, it was just an awesome experience. Like, I loved being pregnant. Like, honestly, I'm not telling you like go get pregnant, no, but like, it was just amazing. Like, I had a good pregnancy experience. My baby is 7 months already, so you know, you can see them grow, and it's just an awesome feeling because you're seeing yourself and the person you love in a little baby, you know, in a little human being that you have to see grow. And what, like, it's just an amazing feeling, honestly. But I hope this video helped you guys, or helped the people that don't have support, to just keep going forward, move forward, don't give up, just keep trying, you know, just keep trying. I promise it'll all be worth it at the end. So that's it. That is my pregnancy story, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it, or it was helpful. So thanks for watching. This is actually my first video, so if you got this far and I did not bore you, please subscribe and show me love. I will be making more videos, and I really hope this was helpful. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and bye.